Welcome to America Uncanceled. I'm Mercedes Schlapp. You know, Georgia's on my mind, and it should be on your mind as well, because this is one of the biggest Senate races that we're watching right now. Yes, that's right. Herschel Walker, who did an amazing job in that debate against the communist Warnock, is really on the campaign trail, working day in and day out. And guess who's with them? That's right, Matt Schlapp, who has taken CPAC on the road and is campaigning with all these Republican candidates in these key states. And I want to play for you Matt's speech, where he is with Herschel Walker and talking to these great patriots in the state of Georgia.
Do you love your country? You ready to take your country back? You tired of everything that you're hearing come out of Washington, D.C.? Do you think Joe Biden even knows what he's talking about when he talks about this stuff in Washington, D.C.? My name is Matt Schlapp. I run this group called CPAC, and I've been all over this country talking about our need to defend our country, trying to remind all of you that when you turn on your TV or open up your newspaper, what do you know? Filled with fake news, filled with lies. Why are they doing it? They're doing it to get you awfully discouraged about our ability to stand up for what is meaningful. You know, I'm from Kansas, and I had a guy come up to me one day, because we have a liberal paper out there, and he said, "Son," I was younger then, he said, "Son, every morning I get up and I read the paper and I read the Bible to get both sides of the story." And that's what we're facing as a country. They're trying to make you feel like you're a minority, you're small, you're a fringe, you're a hater, you're a bad person, you're a racist, you name it, you get called all the names. And what I'd like you to do is to understand something very simple. America is the most unique country on the face of the earth because the people who founded this great country, who enshrined in our law the truth that God created each and every one of you for a reason. He gave you dignity and He gave you rights. And we put that in a very important document, our original document, starting with the Declaration of Independence and leading up eventually to the Constitution of the United States. No one ever did that before. No one ever said that the people, the person, had dignity and had rights. And we look at what the Democratic Party, which has embraced socialism, now stands for. 9 months of abortion, post-birth abortion. We had a governor of Virginia say, "Keep the baby comfortable while we decide what to do with a baby that's been born." We have a Democratic Party that has embraced some of the worst extreme policies of defunding cops, policies of an open border, policies of destruction of the fossil fuel industry or anybody who works the land, making it that much harder to get their job done. And they're so close to breaking the spirit of our founding, the spirit of the Constitution, breaking it into pieces because they don't believe in the very reason why the country was established. But there's one thing I know. I know there's more of us than there are of them. I know there are more people in Georgia who believe in these truths than who want to break down this country and fight these truths. So my encouragement to you is the following. Don't listen to it. Don't read it. Don't fall into their trance about how they're about ready to transform the country, as Barack Obama said. No, we don't want our country transformed. We want our country cherished. And you know what else we want? We want our kids and our grandkids to love this country. We're the only country on the face of the earth that's using our taxpayer dollars to teach our kids to hate their own country, to think that it's vile, to think that it's a source of evil and racism. And we're going to stop that. And when Herschel Walker gets to the United States Senate, a great man, can you promise me you're going to get it done? When Herschel Walker gets to the United States Senate, I think people's heads are going to explode in the swamp. They're going to say, how is this possible? We're told that people who come from Georgia are left-wingers. and they want to vote for the Biden agenda. The next thing you know, you're going to have a senator that's up there is going to be Joe Biden's worst nightmare. So it's my honor to be here in Georgia. No, this is not a University of Tennessee shirt. Hush your mouth. I was thinking Georgia peaches, okay? That's what I was thinking with this shirt. I am a little disappointed that I'm wearing a vest because I thought it'd be warmer here, but I guess you have winter in Georgia too. Can I just say it's my honor to be with you. Thank you for letting me be with you. What an honor to be on this big, beautiful red bus with a great man. And I want to introduce Herschel Walker. Is that okay? Herschel Walker!
Hey, before any speech I ever make, I always acknowledge my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Because he said if you don't acknowledge him, he's not going to acknowledge you. I mean, I come knocking on him to let me in. And I want to thank you so much. Thank you. And I also want to acknowledge my wife, Julie, because she's in this fight with me. But I also want to tell you guys something. This is a good God. Because I'm one of those kids that wasn't supposed to make it. You know, I was born, as my mom said, I was big boned. Which meant I was fat. And I used to have a speech impediment where I couldn't put a sentence together. Because of the grace of God, I got a chance to go to college. And because of the grace of God, I got a chance to play 50 years of pro football. Because of the grace of God, I got a chance to go to the 1992 Olympics. Because of the grace of God, I found that America's dream that can only be found in the United States of America. But I'm going to tell you right now, the reason I decided to get into politics, because I'm not a politician, as you can see. I don't speak like one, don't act like one, and don't look like one.
It's okay.
Because I am a warrior for God.
Amen.
And I'm going to tell you the reason I got into this, because when I tell this little story about this man that died early in life. He died early in life, and as he got to heaven, St. Peter met him at the pearly gates. And St. Peter said, "Sir, you're here a little bit early right now. So your name ain't on the roll. So you're the only one in history that's going to get an opportunity to decide where you want to go. So I'm going to take you to heaven and I'm going to take you to hell, and you get to decide what you want to do." So he puts him in this elevator and he takes him all the way down to hell, and the doors open up and there's a party going on. He's there with some of his friends, and he's having a good time. And after a couple of hours, St. Peter came to him and said, "You ready to go? You ready to go?" He said, "I got to leave now." And he said, "Yeah, you got to go because you got to make a decision." So he puts him in his elevator, takes him all the way up to heaven. And they get to heaven, and there's people floating around on clouds, having a good time. The weather's nice. After a couple of hours, St. Peter came to him and said, "Have you made your mind up? Have you made your mind up?" And the guy said, "Well, St. Pete, I hate to tell you this, I think I want to go to hell." That seemed like my type of place. I think I want to go to hell. So he puts him in his elevator, sends him all the way back down to hell, and now the door opened up. It is hot. People are miserable. They're screaming, they're crying. And the guy said, wait a minute. A couple of hours ago when I was here, there was a party going on. And Satan shows up and said a couple of hours ago I was campaigning. And I tell you that because right now the left is campaigning. And they asked me why I decided to run. I decided to run because I'm sick and tired of people campaigning by lying to you and telling you this is the new normal. This is not the new normal. Defunding the police wasn't the new normal. Whoever thought of that dumb idea? People say that's not politically correct. It's a stupid idea. Defunding the police, that wasn't a bright idea. Now criminals are more important than the police. And you see what's happening in the streets right now. The morale is down at our officers. Recruitment is down. But we got to blame ourselves. Let's blame ourselves because we put them in office. But it's time to get them out. It's time to get them out. It's time for us to get back to we supported our men and women in blue. That they know that we're going to have their backs. We're going to stand for them. And I see some of our military here. I want to thank you guys. Because I do believe in peace through strength. I do believe in peace through strength. But right now, if we don't support our military, we're going to have no strength. And I can promise you we're going to have no peace. Because right now, what they're trying to do in our military, and this is less than 2 years, they're bringing wokeness into our military, pronouns. I can promise you right now, Russia, China, Iran, not talking about pronouns, gender identification. How do you feel? Right now they're talking about war, but we're talking about pronouns. Grenades don't have pronouns on it. But we've elected people to office that become weak, and they're making us weak.
That's right.
You know, they're coming after your kids as well.
That's right.
Y'all see it.
Yep.
Going into the schoolhouse now because we're a little too smart for it. But they're going after your young minds right now to tell them that if you're white, you're an oppressor. And if you're black, you're a victim. I'm telling us all we're victorious. Because we can do it right here in the United States of America. But what we've done is we put people in Washington that have forgotten about the people that elected them to go. They've forgotten about America, the greatest country in the world today. And y'all, I hope you saw it Friday. I went up against that wolf in sheep's clothing. Did he have a doubt that I wasn't going to beat him? Did he have a doubt? I had no doubt. Everyone else had a doubt. I had no doubt. I told him I was this country boy from Wrightsville, Georgia. And I'm going to meet him, but I'm not afraid of him. But he was afraid of me when he left, wasn't he? He fell and left. Because he don't know it's time for him to go. Because what he's done right now is not right. What he's done right now is voted with Joe Biden 96% of the time, which means he either like him or he didn't know what he's doing. Because what Joe Biden had put against this country, against Georgia, is not right. You know, to take our energy away to go to enemies that don't like us. Do you not know the definition of enemy?
Yes.
Those are people that don't like you. He even talked to Iran again. People that chant death to America. They chant death to Israel. And I'm telling you, start looking up definitions because they don't even know that. They're saying, what is a woman? I know what a woman is. It's written in the Bible. And I'm going against the pastor, and he sometimes throw those scriptures at me. But he don't know I was born in a church. You can't fool me with those scriptures. You got to read the whole thing. Don't be reading half of it. He don't know who I am. I'm from Wrightsville, Georgia. You know, he can say where he's from, but what he's got to do is he got to represent the people that put him in office. And quit representing Joe Biden. He's not from California. He's not from New York. He's from Georgia. And the Georgia people are asking him to do what's right. And then he told me he believes that he's a woman and a doctor and the government can't be in the same room. But did he know that a baby is in that room too?
That's right.
And then he brought the government back into the room because he wanted you to pay for it. And then he believes in abortion all the way up to 9 months. He even voted that if a baby survives an abortion, he voted to deny that baby medical care. How radical is that? And he's a minister. And then he got really dirty. He got dirty on me, but he don't know I'm clean. I'm clean because I've been washed in the blood. He didn't know that here. So he didn't know this here. Because what happened was he started talking about this eviction. You know, he's evicting people. Matthew 25. He said that. He said Matthew 25. I never seen nothing in Matthew 25 that you evict people that is struggling. You evict them from their homes. And when I threw that on him, I said, wait a minute, I didn't even know about that. I didn't even know about it, but he brought it up. And then he brought up Dr. King. Dr. King has nothing to do with him evicting people out of their homes. When he get nervous, he started talking about everything else. And then he got where he didn't even want to answer questions. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm the one that should be the senator, sir. It's time for you to go. Because that's the reason I'm telling you, come November, put me in office. I will take the responsibility to lower your taxes. I will take the responsibility to get the streets clean again, get the streets safe again. I take the responsibility to support our military. I take the responsibility to support our police. They laugh at my badge. I love my badge. When they laugh at my badge, they laugh at every military, every police officer in the country today because they're the one who gave me the badge because I support them and they support me. So what we got to do is tell them if they don't like our police, leave, go somewhere else. We're not holding you here. You don't have to be here. We have laws here in this country. And now this border, let's get on this border real quick. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. You know, we're not a border state, right? We're not a border state, but do you know 70% of the drugs coming from that southern border goes through Georgia? That means you're getting all the drugs, you're getting all the crime, you're getting all the human trafficking. So we got to get down and start worrying about that border. But we got a guy in office that didn't want to even talk about it. He don't even want to address it. I'm going to address it, and I'm going to tell you something right now. All you moms and dad, all your grandmoms and grandfather, all your kids worry about this because right now they're dressing fentanyl up that look like candy. So this is getting ready for Halloween. So when you go out, protect your kids because the government not going to do it, but I would do it for you. Protect your kids. Make sure they're getting the right thing because they let down. I'm going to tell you something. 10 tons of fentanyl been caught at the border already. 10 tons of fentanyl, which can kill every American 13 times over. Think about what has not been caught. Think about who's coming into this country.
Yes.
Think about those things.
Yes.
We got things to worry about. And this is less than 2 years.
Yes.
This is less than 2 years they've been in office. And now they're asking for 6 more. I don't know if we can put up with 6 more. I don't know if we can put up with a minute. So this time, we only got like 20-something days left. We got to get rid of these people pretty quick. They're screwing everything up, are they not? They're making a mess. We're going to call them wrecking rap. So we just tearing everything up. It's time for him to fix something. Quit complaining. Quit making a noise. You know, I don't worry about complaints. I worry about solutions. It's time for us to come up with solutions. And the way we're going to have to get it done is by coming together. Because all he want to do is separate. Separate through the color. You got to be black. You got to be white. I'm going to tell y'all something that you may not know. 23andMe screwed us all up. It don't matter what color you are. Because God don't care about your color. He care about your heart. That's what matters most of all. Your heart is what matters. That's what we got to get back to it. And we are Americans. You're not a white American, a black American, a Chinese American. You're just an American. And that's what we need to worry about today. Let's quit worrying about all this other stuff and come together to get this country together, because that's when we're going to live in peace. That's when we're going to have the peace. Because I can tell you right now, as my offensive lineman used to tell me, first you follow me, I'll take you to the promised land. So I'm going to tell you all this here. Vote for me. I'm going to help us get to the promised land. Because that's the way we can get there, by getting to the promised land together. And I want to just thank you guys so much. I want to thank you for coming out. And I want to leave you with this. I want to leave you with this because I tell people sometimes, I say, you know, I'm from the country, so I say things that get me in trouble sometimes. But I don't care. I get in trouble anyway. I can get out of it. But anyway, I was telling these people this one time because everyone thinks something is better somewhere else. But I'm going to tell you, this is the greatest country in the world today. The United States of America is the greatest. But everyone thinks something else is better over there. I'm going to tell you all this now. Because I remember hearing this story about this bull that was out in the field with 6 cows. This bull is out in the field with 6 cows, and he got grass all the way up to his kneecaps. But 3 of the cows were pregnant, so they're expecting calves. So he's going to be a dad 3 times over. So all he had to do was eat grass. That's all he had to do was eat grass. But he kept his nose up against the fence, looking at 3 other cows in the other field over there that didn't belong to him. But all he had to do was worry about this. But no, he wanted something else. So one day, he decided to measure this fence up. And he measured this fence up, and he said, I think I can jump this. I think I can jump this and get over there. So that day came where he got back at a certain distance. And he took off running, and he dove over that fence. And his belly got cut up on the bottom a little bit, but he made it over, and he rolled over and shook it off. And he was so excited that he made it over to the other side. But when he ran up to the top of the hill, when he got up there, he realized that they were bulls too. So that's what I'm telling you. Don't think something is better somewhere else. Don't think something is better somewhere else. The United States of America is the greatest country in the world today. And it is time for us to stand up. Stand up. And let's protect this country. Let's stand up and protect each other.
Yes,
God
sir.
is a good God. God bless you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.